Hello, my darlings. Hope you're all doing well. Blush Lily here. Now, this wax reading is going to be all about the messages from your future self. What you want yourself to know, what you want yourself to avoid doing, or what it is that you need to do, whatever it is that's going to come through. As usual, a little bit of an energy check-in before we begin, so you guys can make sure that this is the right reading for you. Alright, let's see. The energy check-in. Very youthful. You feel like you want something new. You definitely look younger than your age. Despite everything that happened to you, you still kept that beautiful inner child alive. And what's more, you healed it. And I feel like your inner child right now wants to explore a little bit, wants to be maybe a little bit mischievous. Some of you have a dog, some of you wish you had a dog, and I also feel that if unfortunately your pet, your little furry baby passed away, you still feel its presence next to you. For some of you, it could be that you are crushing on someone, and maybe somebody's crushing on you as well. There's a little bit of that flirty energy that's going on over here. And this person can be a little bit older than you are, or in a position of power. I also see that you might be preparing a birthday gift for somebody. For some of you, it could be your father. It could be your father's or stepfather's birthday today, whenever you're watching this video. But I feel like you're planning some sort of gift, or you're getting ready to go and celebrate something. You feel like things have started progressing for you. Whether it's your spiritual development, whether it's career, whether it's your love life, something has started to get a move on. And I do see that mostly those are positive changes. Yes, they might have been a little bit difficult, but at least you are not feeling completely stuck. You might be moving a little bit slower than you would like to, but you're still moving somewhere. You're getting things done at your own pace. You're doing your thing. And I do see also people over here that like to drive or be driven around at night with, music, with beautiful scenery, maybe looking up at the stars. The aurora lights keep on coming to mind. Maybe this is something that you really want to see or have seen. I do see that some of you might have lost an important female figure in your life. Not necessarily very recently, but I do see this lack of mother energy, mother support. And they're telling me that right now you're learning how not to be, I can do everything by myself person. You're learning how to delegate little by little, little by little. I do see that you're trying to not control everything. Sometimes you're succeeding, sometimes you're not succeeding. And they're also talking about nutrients, supplements that you might be taking because you might be going to the gym or just doing that extra physical work. All right, if that sounds like you, keep on watching. Let's go ahead and channel your future self. Let me just quickly adjust the light. I think we're all good. Yeah, we're good. Let's channel your future self. See what you have to say to you right now, to the present you. They're telling me to let you know that right now you're under the influence. You're getting out of this influence, but there's something that's a little bit toxic for you. For some of you, it could be bad habits. For others of you, it's outdated ways of thinking. So your future self is coming through and saying, the devil is in your life no more. Literally, there's this energy where they're telling me, they're giving me the bull energy now. You're telling yourself that you're very, oh, look at the little heart, that you're very, very persistent. Even if you're moving slower than you would like, your future self is saying a year from now, things are very different. So I'm guessing we're channeling a year from now, but let's see what comes through. I feel that the time frame is not fixed, but just for you to know that a year from now, you're in a very different mental space. Very different mental space. All right, so the heart over here, this tells me that for you, love has finally arrived. Your heart feels full. You're smiling. You're definitely smiling. Look, your future self is saying, look, right now things might seem very bleak. Very bleak. But you are in love over here, and you believe. You believe again. There's a little bit of a butterfly and a little bit of a moth outline that's being shown over here. And your future self is saying, you've changed, you've transformed. And again, we have another beautiful heart. Because your future self is coming through with an image where you're looking at yourself in a mirror and you're admiring yourself. You're admiring your body, you're brushing your hair, you're applying cream on your face, you're giving yourself a smile, you're winking at yourself, and you're very proud. You're very, very proud of yourself. I see that you have started thinking differently. They're showing me a little goat over here, also a little baby sheep is coming through. And it's like you're telling yourself that, I've come to think quite differently to what I do now, to what you do now, right? To what you're used to now. There's something that's quite different. And now they're giving me a big tree, and your future self is saying you're eating the fruits of your labor. And those are very nice, juicy fruits. There's a message that's coming through. You're telling yourself it wasn't as scary. It wasn't as bad. But overall, you're very happy. I'm doing this reading and literally my heart chakra is expanding because you're very, very happy. You were looking for something, you were choosing something and choosing something and choosing something and choosing something, and your future self is saying it's not going to be the first option. Don't be afraid to choose better, to expect better. Because there are options, and it could be, houses, locations, jobs, positions. It's not going to be the first one. They keep on repeating that. It's a kite. It feels like a kite over here. And you're telling yourself you have to fly the kite in the windy weather. And you gotta catch the right wind. And then everything will just kind of soar. There's a path, and see, the path is not straight. So you're telling yourself to keep choosing until you feel completely satisfied. That this is just a process of choosing. the person that you want, the love that you want is materializing. We've got the body, we've got the legs over here, saying moving in the right direction. But once again, it's as if you're moving a little bit slower, but it doesn't mean that what's meant for you isn't running towards you. People, situations, they might have more energy right now than you do. Don't exhaust yourself. Another little heart over here. Hope you can see it. Some of you, you bought a car. Your future self is saying, yeah, you got that car. You're very, very happy with it. You got the car, you got the apartment, you rented, or whatever it is that you did, you put the down payment. You got the one that you really wanted. But it's literally this energy of not settling. You're telling yourself. Another thing that's coming through, you're telling yourself from the future, let them talk. Let them talk. You're getting very, very angry right now because somebody is not being nice to you. Somebody is maybe gossiping about you. Somebody is being overly critical. And your future self is saying, let them talk. Look at the amount of blackness that started coming through over here. You're telling yourself they're full of shit. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Whatever toxic energy that is, saying it doesn't matter. This is not going to affect you, so don't worry about it. But you're also telling you to protect yourself from that negativity. Because your boundaries, your aura, they're being targeted very often, almost on a regular basis. And your future self is saying, look, those people don't matter, that situation doesn't matter. And this is that rejection trauma that's trying to be healed. Because your future self is saying, where you are right now, you also have people that are being difficult just for the sake of being difficult. But you have mastered the skill of not giving a flying monkey. And now they're saying you're focusing on people that have good things to say. Because there are quite a few people that have very good things to say about you. And they're all true. You're telling yourself how proud you are of yourself. Telling yourself it was all a lie. Something that you believed about you was all a lie. Something negative, something like a self-hoax. It was all a lie. Because you're standing on top over here. You're standing on top. You're telling yourself, don't go back. Maybe right now there is this situation, or there will be in the near future, where somebody tries to get you back into a job you didn't like, back into a relationship where this person wasn't good to you. You're telling yourself, don't go back. The egg has cracked. I don't know what it. You're telling yourself you can't create a whole egg out of a fried egg. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's like the egg has cracked. That's it. And there is an apple over here, an outline of a swan or a duck. So the apple, again, it talks about nourishment. You're telling yourself to eat better. It is what it is. Literally, you're telling yourself to pay attention to what you're eating. And quite possibly migration. Quite possibly maybe in autumn or in winter. Close to winter, you're going to leave. And you're telling yourself it turns out to be so much better. Turns out to be so much better than what you've been thinking about. And I see that you're getting somebody to help you. Your future self is saying, stop trying to do everything by yourself. Get help. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you whatever. Get help. Mm-hmm. And look forward. And there's going to be a crossroads. And they keep on telling me not to, don't forget to take something. Double check what you need to take with you. Maybe you're going to forget something important. But your future self is coming through saying, don't forget to pack something. Don't forget to double check something. The Maroon 5 song keeps on coming through. She will be loved. A different person. A lot of you want to cry right now for whatever reason. There's this heavy energy in your chest. You want to cry. So your future self is saying, darling, it's okay. It's just a phase. You want to give yourself a hug. You want to tell yourself how amazing you've done so far with what you have. You're telling yourself that you overtook a lot of people that you thought were way ahead of you. There's truth that comes out about a particular situation, a particular couple, a particular company, where they were pretending that everything is all right, or that everything is great, or whatever. But you're telling yourself, not everything that glitters is gold. And you literally overtake somebody. 1.5 years, 1 year, for some of you up to 3 years, if we're talking about massive, massive changes. But you're very happy over here. Do you want to talk a little bit about the relationship? You're saying, I'm feeling like a fat cat. I'm loved, I'm fed, I'm kissed, caressed, and taken care of. You're saying, I don't even have to do anything. I just have to be myself. Okay. Doesn't want to talk very much about how you meet or whatever. Says, I want you to live through it. Like your future self is saying, I'm a little bit jealous of you because you haven't gone through how we meet just yet. And for quite a few of you, it's going to be a new person. And how it's going to develop, but all you're telling yourself, it's going to feel quite magical and unreal at some times. You'll be like, is this even real? And you're saying, don't freak out, just go with it. Just go with it. It's gonna be fun. The synchronicities, you're saying that you will see how the universe is giving you signs that, this is the right person or this is the right choice. You will learn. You're showing me some sort of either bracelet or ring or something that means something important to you. And you're saying this gives me power. I don't know if you have this or not. Maybe you are going to buy it. But something that's acting as a token of self-love, a reminder to spoil yourself, to give yourself the best. It feels like there's this energy, especially for those of you who, like I said, are relocating or wanting to relocate. It It's a good choice. It's a good choice. It's a good choice. If we're looking even further into the future, children are possible if you want. Telling me the flow will show you where to go. Only you and I know. Only choose the best, ignore the rest. Okay. But I keep on hearing no longer alone. No longer feeling alone. You've come to see how somebody has changed. Maybe aged. Made you realize how far you have come. Made you realize that certain things are not as important. Made you realize that you want to deal with somebody who's more mature and not a child anymore. Not a grown child. And you yourself, you're going to feel more grounded, more secure, and more in acceptance of what has been. You're telling yourself, mourn what needs to be mourned, because this is you letting go of your old life. It will be balanced out. Whatever it is that you didn't have, it gets balanced out. You're telling yourself this is the way the universe works. And now I can't even tell you the time frame, because it's as if your future self, coming from very different time spans. There's something you need to cry about. Your future self is saying you need to cry it all out. Let it out. This is your soul healing. Releasing what needs to be released. Very specifically, I'm hearing for somebody, yes, he will understand what he has done. Yes, he will understand what he has done, but it's going to be too late. It won't matter to you anymore. You would have moved on. You will even get an apology. There's a lot of loneliness. That energy of missing someone. Missing a time, maybe. Missing a person. And on a slightly more positive note, whoever cut their hair and is now regretting that decision, you're telling yourself that you're like, don't worry, they grow back. They grow back even better. You know, everything is restored, because I see for some of you, you've done something to your hair, maybe the color or the style, and you're like, oh my God, I look like a frog. Yeah. And you're laughing and you're like, no, it grows back, and you manage it well, so it's fine. It's all an experience. But there's for me, it's like you're sitting by the lake, maybe again with some sort of furry baby over here. And you have somebody waiting for you at home. But in this particular scene, what they're showing is that you're sitting here and you kind of coming to terms, you're getting used to a different environment, a different you. A more authentic, a more realistic, a more experienced, more grounded version of you. And you're giving yourself the message of inner peace. You're like, sometimes I miss the drama. But then I realized that it was just messing me up. And I didn't realize back then that it was just my nervous system so messed up. It kept on craving that drama. Because I only knew how to live in a survival mode. But here you're in a different energy. You're in a place of thriving. And yes, you will have to learn how to be happy, how to be abundant, how to accept without feeling the guilt, how to feel loved without having to beg for this love or explain, over explain. I know you have a very high emotional intelligence right now, but from where you're coming from, it's even deeper. Now they're showing me the image of marriage. Did notice this. So if you wanted to get married, it's definitely, I wanted to say on the cards, but I'll just say it's on the wax. You're married. Definitely married. If you want to. Nobody is going to force you down the aisle. But you're in love. And you're loved back the way that you should be. The stars, you're in a place where there isn't a lot of light pollution. You're in a place where you can see the stars clearly. And there's loads of nature. You're saying that you're safe, but you keep on missing somebody. It's not a destructive energy of missing somebody. Maybe it's more about reminiscing, a little bit of a nostalgic. You're telling yourself to trust the process. Because sometimes when you're trying to control things, it's like you're standing in the way of the universe. You're making the universe's job a little bit more difficult than it has to be. You're saying, now I know for sure that there's divine wisdom. And again, coming back to flying a kite, you're telling yourself there's no point trying to fly a kite when there's no wind. So stop thinking that there's never going to be wind. Ascension happens when the circumstances are right for that ascension. They can be very different. You're telling yourself, I've mastered the art of not pushing myself just for the sake of pushing myself. It's a much more harmonious energy right now of you and you. And it's interesting, like you guys are not, even though you're in love and you're happy, you're not hyper-focusing on this particular person. You're not getting lost in this relationship. You're remaining you, and it's beautiful. But you're definitely saying that, this person was the right choice with whom you end up. It's the right choice because this person just sees you. Sees you and wants to make you feel quite happy. There is a little bit of an outline of, I want to say, a fish, a swordfish over here. This talks about being financially very stable. Maybe even having a source of passive income. But something definitely pays off. Something definitely pays off. I want to say you're quite independent when it comes to money. You got your own money. You're definitely not struggling. Oh my god, the tails. Dolphin tails, whale tails. Maybe you're living somewhere next to the sea or to the ocean. Maybe you're seeing dolphins, whales. You're telling yourself the monster is gone. They're giving me a little bit of an outline of some sort of bug that looks very, very scary for you. Maybe you don't like bugs. So you're telling yourself the monster is gone. And you're telling yourself, pass it down the line. Showing me a chain over here. Your future self is asking you for a favor. Your future self is saying, next time you meditate, next time you're lost in thought or whatever, talk to the previous versions of yourself. At times when you were the most lonely, the most scared, the most whatever, send the love to the very time where you were conceived. You understand the concept, yeah? Now your future self is coming from the future to give you support, love, feedback, light. For you today, you take that beautiful energy, you absorb it, and you send it back to the younger version of you, and the younger version, and the younger version of you. That way you're connecting to your whole timeline, and you're spreading the love and the support so that you that were struggling when you were 13, 14, you also feel that support. I hope that makes sense. But in the toughest, roughest times in our life, it's important to feel that support, to know. You will know in your heart. Yeah? Your beautiful heart over here will know that you have got you. Because a lot of you, my darlings, watching this, you grew up to be the people, the parents, the adults you wish you had when you were little. So ultimately, you're kind of saving yourselves. Well, not kind of, you are saving yourselves, but it does go through space and time. And you're telling yourself once again, I'm very, very proud of you. It's all going to be worth it. All right, my darlings, this is where I'm going to finish this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you're up for a personal reading, all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below the video. In that same place, you'll find the link to my Patreon page with over 250 exclusive videos, additional discounts, and much, much more. Alright, my darlings, take care of your fantastic selves now. Bye.